Here, my hometown. Hi, I'm Kate Paulin, real estate sales coach from the Denver metro area, Boulder, Colorado, USA, target market right here, my hometown, these beautiful mountains called the Flatirons. And so who are we? We are a group of like-minded real estate agents, brokers, agent owners who start the week out right with positivity, prayer, and fun. Let us be your rocket booster to get you to higher heights, to carry you in your sales throughout the week. And don't worry, if you're not licensed in Colorado, no matter. All these principles will apply to you universally. This group is based on one premise, and that's a Bible verse, Mark 11:24, which is, "Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe you have received it, and it will be yours." And we will start with a little Ogmandino, Greatest Salesman in the World, moving into The Power to Change by Groeschel. If you don't have that book, no big whoop, but I would say go ahead and get a copy of both of these if you'd like to see what we're talking about. And good morning, Mr. Fisher.
Hey, good morning.
So we'll basically open in prayer and go through the book and then have a little send off. So I will do that unless one of you guys wants to open in prayer. Lord God, you are awesome. You are in control. Thank you that you are on your throne and there's that beautiful sea glass in front of you, and you just, you are able to see clearly our path. And thank you for placing our steps. In the name of Jesus, amen. Ogmandino, Greatest Salesman in the World. This scroll I read recently and I just loved it. It was scroll marked 9, and it's so powerful. I will act now. So in this scroll, he mentions the words, "I will act now," 18 times. And so anytime something's repeated, you got to think that it's important. So action alone is the tinder which ignites the map, the parchment, the scroll, my dreams, my plans, my goals into a living force. Action is the food and drink which will nourish my success. My procrastination was born of fear. The secret to recognize that. To conquer fear, act without hesitation. Action reduces the lion of terror to an ant of iniquity. I will be as the firefly, and my light will brighten the world. Let me act now, even though my actions may not bring happiness or success, for it is better to act and fail than not act and flounder. I will repeat these words again and again until the words become as much a habit as my breathing, and the actions which follow become as instinctive as the blinking of my eyelids. Condition my mind to perform every act necessary for my success. Condition my mind to meet every challenge which the future avoids. When I wake, I will say them. Leap from bed. When you enter the marketplace. When we face a closed door. When we face temptation. When we're tempted to quit, we will act now. Only action determines my value in the real estate marketplace. I'm not lazy. I'm not evil. I'm not weak. I am not a failure. I hunger for success. I thirst for happiness and peace of mind. Lest I act, I will perish in a life of failure, misery, and sleepless nights. I will command and I will obey mine own command. I will act now. This is the time. This is the place. I am the person God called me to be. I will act now. Love that. And this book has been pretty challenging, like I said. I'll be offering my Cliff Notes view of the chapter, as well as quotes from the author and some of my own thoughts. I choose to learn and grow at life from a Christian worldview, regardless of your spiritual beliefs. All are welcome to this mastermind. So what speaks to me isn't necessarily going to speak to you in this chapter or in life. But as we go through the study, consider helpful suggestions offered by the author as life-giving words we can speak into others. So let's not be a reservoir of this awesome knowledge, but a river of life. So if you don't have a piece of paper, grab it, or a journal if you don't already have one. Who is Craig Groeschel? Craig Groeschel is New York Times best-selling author of Winning the War on Your Mind, and the founder, senior pastor of Denver's Life Church, creator of the YouVersion Bible app, which offers 2,898 Bible versions in 1,884 languages for free and without advertising. That's kind of a remarkable thing, Mr. Craig Groeschel. Are you frustrated by wanting to change some aspect of your life, your business, but willpower weakens? Want to change but get spiritually drained? This guy's example, Craig's example, was he wanted to start eating healthy. He'd go through the day pretty good. Nighttime would come. You get a little weakened in power. He'd eat some chips and then go into the ice cream. And by morning, he felt terrible about himself and would start over. The problem, deficit of power. My verse for that is Isaiah 40:29. He, God, gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Quick overview to catch you up to speed. In Craig's introduction to Mastering the Habits That Matter Most, he shares his failed life experience of trying to make positive change and the regret he felt for not achieving it, and we can all relate to that. Then he goes into why you do what you do. It's because of what you think of yourself. We choose the story we believe about who we think we are. Then he goes into this idea that behavior modification, like just changing what you're doing, doesn't equip you with the power to change, but changing what you think of yourself does. Understanding lies you've possibly heard, such as, you'll never be a good business person. That's not the true you. God's identity in you is all about positivity, and he's got great plans for you, and he's not going to quit getting you there. And then now we're into 1.4, the future you. He talks in the beginning about starts and stops, and how often have you wanted to make change by starting or stopping something? So I'm going to stop procrastinating, or I'm going to start making cold calls. The reason you haven't experienced lasting change, according to this chapter, is because you've lost sights, vision, that's a sense, a vision. You've lost sight of your future, better view of yourself. So future self is something that we rarely think about. So have a future better self, and it will help you engage in a deliberate practice towards that person, says this guy named Hal Hirschfield, a UCLA psychologist. So a better vision of yourself that you plan on becoming will change how you live. So how does that play out? So imagine we're out on a field and I say to you guys, okay, here's your bows and here's some arrows, and just imagine you're out there, your future self, just throw an arrow out there. If you didn't have a target of who that person is, you'd just be aimlessly shooting these arrows. And future self would seem to be this deliberate practice where you imagine you want to grab some bows, and when you have written goals about who you want to be in 10 years, then you can actually make the mark. So the question remains, who do you want to become? Does that make sense?
Oh yeah. You know, when you were going through that, it just reminds me of a lot of what I study and what I try to apply, and just thinking about what I want, what I desire in life, and thinking about, even if I don't have it now, believing that I already have that I'm already in that position where I'm in that future life. And so, yeah, I love this. Very powerful.
Yeah, he gave reference to some movie star that was asked, maybe it was Matthew McConaughey or something like that, who's your hero? And he said, myself in 10 years. And then they asked him again 10 years later, who's your hero? And he's like, myself in 10 years. And this future self idea is powerful. I've never thought about that before. I'm really live in the moment type person. And I know I've changed in the past 10 years, and so the likelihood of me changing again in the next 10 years is definitely a thing. So who do I want to be? God has the power to shift your mindset. Psychologist Daniel Gilbert shows that although people can see that they've changed in the last 10 years, they don't see change for their future 10 years. The book Mindset by Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck maps out the differences between a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. I'll go through a couple of these here, but Dweck discovered that a person with a fixed mindset can learn to have a growth mindset, and God agrees with that because God is into making change. So I can't move that square there, but the mindset shift is this. So let's say you had a fixed mindset. You probably have this concept, oh, I don't like to be challenged. But the growth mindset is, I want to challenge myself. Versus when I'm frustrated, I give up. Into growth, when I'm frustrated, I persevere. Or if you succeed, I feel threatened. So that's always a hard one. When someone can't celebrate someone else's successes. If you succeed, I feel threatened. But the mindset shift into growth is, if you succeed, I'm inspired. Yes. And so we look at Philippians 1:6, 1 Peter 5:10. Those are the two verses that he gives reference to, and those are good ones to read up on. But the good work of transformation God began in you, and this is just kind of Cliff Notes versions. His activity of making you complete, steady, strong, and firm is something God is doing and will continue to do. He's with us in the change and actively present. Who are you becoming? Ooh, look at that beautiful image. She's looking at herself in the mirror. See yourself as having already arrived. Do you want 10 more employees? 10 more deals? Do you want to be a true man of God? Do you want to be more faithful? Do you want to be retired? Do you want to be serving, a bold witness for Christ, sober and free from destroying those around you? Who are you becoming? Here's this week's exercise. So get out some paper. Write about your future self hero, who you'll be in 10 years. Create a target for yourself. Engage in deliberate practice. Tell yourself and God who you are becoming. When done, pray and commit to this new vision to Him and ask for His help. So in this chapter, the author Craig focuses on one of the senses, which is vision. But we know from reading about autosuggestion and whatnot that self-suggestion and stimuli reach the mind through the five senses. So emotionalize your goals too. Your subconscious mind recognizes and acts upon only thoughts which have been mixed with emotion, feeling, and belief. The mere reading of your goals, no consequence. My motto, fake it till you make it. Believe drives the emotion. Ask yourself this question: what does hitting the target of your future self taste like, smell like, sound like, feel like, and look like?
Yeah, that really it's such a powerful idea that, you can't just read your goals. You actually have to believe that you already have them. You have to feel what it's going to be like. And so, very cool.
Thanks for that. You will change and you can become who you want to become. Principle 5. Philippians 4:13. For I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Amen to that. I want to go back to this slide. Who are you becoming? The question he asks in the book is not who are you becoming? His question is who do you want to become? And I think in terms of God being actively present in your life and wanting to, Him already seeing you for who you are in the future, and you already seeing who you are in the future, this is a better question. Who are you becoming? Because you're already in process with this question versus who do you want to become? It's almost like this sets it in motion already and versus the other one. Okay, well, that concludes our mastermind for today. Check back next week as we continue our journey through this book. And again, if you don't already have it, you can grab a copy somewhere. Craig Groeschel's The Power to Change. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd love to have a one-to-one with you. If you have more questions about real estate coaching, would love to help you there. And God bless. Have an awesome day.